Hola, buenos dias. My name is Teacher Mike, and I will be doing the Instagram takeover here in Puerto Vallarta for today.
My name is Taylor. I'm going to be here with Michael today, and we're going to walk you through Puerto Vallarta, show you a little bit in the day of our life. I do have a class starting in a few minutes, so we'll leave the chat box open.
Yeah.
Let's get started.
Take care. Alright, so I'm outside right now. It's pretty cool outside, so I'm wearing a hoodie. I'm walking to this cafe a few minutes from my house. They saw all types of pastries, cinnamon rolls, cakes. They had pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving. And yeah, I'm going to show you that place. It's one of my favorite local spots to go to, so let's go.
Hi everyone, we're all dressed up and ready for our day, so we are going to show you the tour of our apartment right now. This is something that we have been wanting to do for a really long time, so
Let's go.
let's do it. So this is the beginning entrance of our apartment. We live in a house. It's like a duplex, so this is our apartment and then this is where our owner lives. Michael, why don't you walk them through what's here?
Alright, so this is the place. We live in a studio, so everything is what you see is what you get.
Yes, it is.
So we have a TV, got a little couch, and a bed. But we are planning to get some more things in this apartment, so it's just a little bit more cozy. So if we come this way, this is the bathroom.
Pretty standard bathroom, right? You got your sink, got your toilet, and got your shower.
And you all are probably wondering, like, how do you cook? Well, so this is this is a whole house. This is an entire house. So we go in here to cook.
Okay, so the last part actually cut Michael off. We want to be clear that we only pay for the studio space, but our landlord or like our neighbor or the owner of the house is really nice and she's really sweet, so she lets us actually use some of her kitchen space. So this is where we cook and where we clean all of our dishes. That's the kitchen over there. You can see it from a distance. We don't really have to go over there, but yeah, it's a really large place and it's nice. She lets our son play sometimes and we love it.
So first, I actually started doing Cambly, but now I'm actually doing full-time in person. I work at an institute called Oxford, which is about 5 minutes from my house. And I actually prefer working in person. It's a lot better for me. I'm able to practice on my Spanish a little bit, learn more about the culture here by communicating with some of my students. I work about 20 hours a week. And it's good for me just so I can go out and, just be a part of the community.
So I actually work online. I am fully online. I actually work for a platform called Cambly, which I'm sure lots of people are familiar with. And then I also work for another company called Booknook. Booknook is one of those companies where you do have to be a U.S. citizen, I believe, in order to work there. In total, I work about maybe 25, 30 hours a week online. I like it because I get to be with my son all day, and then, I could take breaks. It's not like a 9 to 5 consistent. So I can kind of pick whatever schedule I want, and yep, I pretty much work 30 hours a week. I like it because I get to meet students from all over the world, but Cambly does have a bit of disadvantages as well. You don't really have anyone that you can communicate with, so just be mindful of that if you have to cancel class or anything like that, okay? So yes, this is a really great question.
Yeah, so we've been in Puerto Vallarta for about 8 months. So we're originally from Chicago. We left about around the end of March, and we've been here ever since. But in terms of finding an apartment, we've actually done that through Facebook Market, and I think that's the most common way to find apartments out here.
Yeah, it's actually pretty standard to find an apartment. Really simple, very easy. Typically, when you find something that you like, you just message the owner, and then you pay a deposit and the first month's rent. They do not do credit checks here. I think that's really important to mention if someone was wondering about the process. But I would be aware of scams. Just be mindful of those things. Do not contact anyone if you're not here and ready to see it in person. Apartments go really fast, so it's no point of contacting someone if you're not here. So make sure that you're in person and always have cash. Cash is king in Mexico.
So we both actually got our jobs in advance. We both work at Cambly. It took us about 2 weeks after applying. We also work for Booknook, which took a little bit more time. We needed to get our fingerprints done.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Booknook took a little bit of a process. Like I said, I think you have to be a U.S. citizen to work there. So definitely would recommend checking out that place. So highly recommend getting a job before you come here, especially something online if you can. Michael is working in person, like he said before, so that's a little bit of a unique situation. Regarding the single apartment, it really depends on the kind of lifestyle that you want to live. Like I said, you could spend as least as like $400 a month, and then you could also spend as much as $1,500. It really just depends on what you want to do and what kind of lifestyle you want to live here. Okay, so we are back from our lunch. This is a really great question. Savings as a single person. So I would not suggest coming to Mexico if you are looking for a place to save. Mexico is a place where you would pretty much break even with majority of the money that you make here on a monthly basis, okay? Obviously, it's important to have some money tucked away, but we like to spend a lot of our money on experience here. So we go out to eat and we eat different things, and then we also do different excursions as well, okay?
Okay, and yes, there are U.S. cuisines here. Does it live up to the expectations as in the U.S.? Not really, but like I said before, this is a new country, so don't be afraid to immerse yourself with new dishes, new cuisines. Yeah.
And we're also a family of 3 that I forgot to mention. So we'll post our cost of living in the next few slides from now. But just remember, we're a family of 3, so just divide it by a third and you'll get your estimated price.
So for me, it was extremely difficult to move to a different country. I had little to no Spanish experience. I experienced very severe culture shock. Simple things like doing laundry was really hard. Ordering food, asking for directions. You don't have the same food around you. There aren't any friends or family, so it's a lot of things to get adjusted to. But what about you, Taylor?
Yeah, like for me, I definitely think it was very difficult to acclimate myself to the new culture. Yes, I might know a bit of Spanish, but I think regardless of whether you know the language or not, you're in a whole new territory and a whole new playing field. So you have to just get adjusted to the way that people live here and the people here. Nobody is obligated to make you comfortable in their home. So you just need to learn how to acclimate yourself and have fun.
Yeah, and it's hard, but it does get easier around the 6-month mark.
And we got cut off in that last one, but I do want to talk a little bit more. Like, it definitely does get easier. So don't let that scare you. It's really important to join the community here. And that's the reason why we do so many local things and spend a lot of time in our local neighborhood. We could take you to Zona Romantica. We could take you to Old Town, right? But I don't really feel like those things are very personal to what we do here. We like to spend our time in the community to get to know the people that's around us. So join a hobby, join extra activities. Do you have any tips?
Yeah, I started going to the gym, try finding a club, try a new hobby. Those are some ways that I dealt with my culture shock, and it most definitely helped.
In Puerto Vallarta in general, there are tons of things that you can do. You can spend a lot of time here doing something new every single day. So just have fun and enjoy your time, and look out for the locals.
Alright, so I just arrived here at work. I'm at Oxford. I'm going to give you a little tour on what it's like to work here. So let me show you around. So there are 2 work booths. So there's one here, there's one over here. I also have some students that I talk to on the computer. They are all the way at the other Oxford location in Tulansingo. So that's one computer here. It's kind of like the teacher's station. Here's another classroom with another computer. Okay. We make our way to the bathroom. Nothing really fancy in here. Kind of like the storage room. Okay. And here's the last classroom. And yes, so I'm usually working back and forth between on the computers and in person. So far, we don't have that many students. There's only about one person. So this is actually a really good question. So TEFL ITA actually offers lifetime job search guidance. So they can help you find jobs here in Mexico. I, on the other hand, went a different route. I just searched in on Google Maps, English tutor, and I found Oxford, and they so happen to be looking for tutors, and so that's why I was hired. But yes, it all really depends on location.
Hi, yes, I would say Puerto Vallarta is definitely a incredibly safe place for a solo single female to travel. I am not always with Michael. A lot of the times it's just myself and my son alone, and I feel safe going outside 10 in the morning and 10 at night. Like, there's never really any problems here. This is a very welcoming and friendly community, and not only that, it's also very family oriented. And I know you said you're traveling solo, but even still, I think that would give you just a little bit of comfort knowing that there are women outside with their babies by themselves all the time. Like, I've never had any trouble here. People are more than willing to help you with anything that you need support with. So
Okay, so we're actually at Taylor's dance rehearsal. She's a hula dancer, so we're gonna be here for the next hour until she's finished, but after that, we're gonna eat.
this is exactly what we mean when we say there's like so many things to do in Puerto Vallarta. Looks like a little circus area. This is near Jardines de Puerto, near Las Palamas, near the taco spot. This is never here, but as you can see, everybody's out here late at night with the kitties. So we actually used to live in this neighborhood. We used to come to this guy all the time for mangoes, but it's not mango season right now. Hola, señor.
Hola, buenas noches.
Buenas noches. And he has fresh fruits right here by the kiosco. And I mean, they're delicious. Yeah, so we actually did send our baby to school for a while, but then we actually stopped just for personal reasons. We wanted to spend more time with him, but yes, there are lots of options for schools at different age levels. So whatever age your child might be, you'll be able to send them to school. Obviously, the prices do vary depending on the kind of school that you send them to. We have like lots of private schools out here. Lots of parents send their kids to private schools or bilingual schools. They learn like English, Spanish, and French there. And then you also have the option to send them to like local schools, local daycares, and things like that. Prices do vary with those options, but it's pretty easy to get in contact with a lot of these schools. They typically like to have communication through WhatsApp, so super easy to talk to them.
What a day. What a day. Okay, so that's all for tonight, guys. We had a lot of fun filming this. We hope you have a good night, okay?
Buenas noches.